Welcome, I'm Grayson, and this is BINBUSTER, where I buy, watch, review budget bin movies for you. Today is our first video of our Dollar Tree movie month, and I'm not happy about that either. I wanted to do another theme month for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's Dollar Tree movie month, so I'm going to be reviewing movies that I found in the Dollar Tree throughout my course of this channel. So without further ado, today's movie is that basketball is my favorite sport. I like to dribble it up and down the court. No, it's not Lil Bow Wow singing in Like Mike. It is Tommy Tiny Lester. Yeah, Tommy Lester in On the Court. I've never seen this movie. I saw it on there. I'm like, oh, that might look interesting. Yeah. Jordan joins a men's basketball league thanks to encouragement of his new friend Kevin. With their team of unskilled misfits, they embark on a city-wide tournament. And as always, I'm going to give you my good, my bad, my thoughts, and my overall ratings on this basketball movie. Now, I use that term loosely. So, we'll get off to the good. Jordan. This guy right here. Jordan. That's Kevin, by the way. That's Kevin and that's Jordan. Jordan used to be this star basketball player in the city in college, and something happened that made him not do that. We don't find out till later in the movie his little brother died, and that just drove him, and he thought the university would help him with that because he played for him. They go, no, we can't. And so he lost his little brother, and that kind of made him not want to play basketball anymore. That storyline in this movie was actually pretty good. It kind of got you invested in Jordan. But that was it. You don't learn about his brother until at the end. You're like, why is this guy doing basketball in the nighttime? Why is he shooting hoops in the nighttime? Because that's when the courts are free of everyone. No one's playing basketball at night. So he's out there shooting, just keeping his skills like a chef, keeping that knife finely tuned. Jordan talking, also another good was Jordan talking about the first game in this tournament with his therapist and telling them how we've got to this point this far and his background and the background of some of the other teams who have 5 of the kings of the court on here, including Jordan, Tommy Lester's character, and these other 2 guys. So that's 4 out of the 5 that I mentioned. So we get there and how they're all split up now, and yeah, we see that, especially dealing with the loss of his brother. He sees him during this tournament and freezes. Then comes back into the first game, and then comes back to help his team win the first game of the tournament. And that's all we see. We don't see the progression in the tournament. We see him in one game in the tournament, and then we supposedly know that they won the whole thing. They don't even mention that they win the whole thing. And that's it. Those are my goods. My bad. The sound was atrocious in this movie. It's like they don't even have a microphone anywhere near these guys. Rooms were too echoey. Yeah, it was just too echoey for a movie. I understand low budget, but even some low budget films figure out ways to make the sound actually sound good. The main character, Kevin, never has played basketball in his entire life. Which I find hard to believe because it's a prerequisite in any high school gym class in the public school system. They always give you a basketball. You could shoot hoops. Kevin, you've played basketball before in that aspect. You might not have played it organized, but you've played it that way before. I don't believe a 20-something-year-old man has never played a game of basketball in his life, even if he hasn't shot the ball either. I know some people who are not very athletic, who hate sports, but they've shot basketballs before, just because other friends have done it in gym classes too. I honestly didn't think that part of his story was believable. The movie could have been better if it was with a bunch of kids and not adults aged 21 to 50. The reason I say this is I don't know if you guys can see it right here, but the entire team of their names are the Oranges. Yes, the Oranges. Great name, isn't it? But there are a bunch of like 21 to 50-year-olds on this team playing the game. It would have made more sense if it was like young high schoolers trying to do this, kids. I thought the movie would have been a little bit better that way, just not with adults and 21 to 50-year-olds, which is a wide range of ages. I didn't think it worked in this film. Doesn't mean it doesn't work, but it doesn't work in this film. The acting was horrible. Tommy Lester's the best one in this entire movie, in my opinion. And this was one of his last films. There was a random film distortion in the movie. Yeah. When they're talking with Tommy Lester on the basketball court, like they show part of the oranges, and it's like random film distortion. I don't know if this was shot on film or if it was shot digitally. That was just random in there. And there was another scene where they had the letter box, the little black boxes, just happened to be in a scene at all because he was doing the dream sequence, and they forgot to edit it out right there. So like with the 3-minute section of that thing, they had him on there. That just took it out for me because, yeah, stuff like that you don't expect to see in a movie, and you see it. There was also a black spot in the movie, too. You hear voices, but you don't see anything. Another, why is that there moment in this film. To play off of that, it was jumbled, edited badly, and there was a lot of shaky cams where shaky cams didn't need to be. You're sitting there watching somebody walk down the street and the camera's shaking like this. You don't need that. I could understand if you're playing basketball, you kind of have the shaky cam to try and see your first person in the game. I understand that. But it didn't. Where shaky cams are made for certain spots in movies that you need them. They're not made just because your hand's shaky naturally. Like I said, this movie could have been better. And in fact, it was made better by this one, Uncle Drew. That's right. You want to talk about a basketball movie about unruly misfits? A bunch of misfits coming together for a common cause? Then watch Uncle Drew. Don't watch On the Court. I used to have a football coach who told me everything that happens out on this field, no matter if you're pissed off at the guy across from you, no matter what happens, it all stays on the field. So let's use that analogy to describe this movie. This half-a-star movie. Yeah, that's right. I give it a half star because of Tommy Lester. That's it. That's it. He gives this movie a half a star. That's it. And also, to paraphrase my coach, if you find this movie at your Dollar Trees, just leave it right there on the court. Don't even bother picking it up. Don't even bother looking at it. Just leave it right there in the basket you found it. Because I'm here to review this crap for you. And as always, thanks for watching. Make it a movie night, but not this one. Maybe watch Uncle Drew and make it a movie night. And remember, if you find this, just leave it right there and dive right in.